Hello and welcome. It's always a delight to have you join us on Sports This Morning. We're broadcasting live from Channels Television Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Austin Okunakpan, and on behalf of the entire sports team at Channels Television Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Welcome to the show. On the show today, we'll take a look at what 2013 has done for sports in Nigeria. Remember, the Super Eagles of Nigeria in February, they won the 2013 African Cup of Nations in South Africa. The nation is still celebrating. Blessing Okagbare, she broke that jig. She went to the IWF World Championship in Moscow and she got 2 medals. Fantastic. Just when the country was still celebrating the Golden Eaglet, they went to the United Arab Emirates. They won the FIFA Under-17 World Cup for a record 4th time. We were still dancing, and then the Super Eagles got the tickets to represent Africa. In fact, they became the first African country to win a ticket to the 2014 FIFA World Cup in Brazil. That's some love coming on Christmas Day. So that's the sports in Nigeria doing so well in 2013. And the big question is, will the country consolidate in 2014? Because in 2014, there's so much test. The World Cup will take place. The Commonwealth Games is there. The Falconets, they will be in Canada for the FIFA World Cup, where they're still playing the final qualifying round, but they look good to qualify. The Flamingos, they've qualified for the Under-17 Women's World Cup that will take place in Costa Rica. So now, the Nigerian Football Federation, what are they doing? They've asked the technical committee to submit its action plan for the year 2014. They want to start working now. According to the president of the federation, he says that we should ensure continuity, and that's what we're talking about. So much to talk about coming from your action-packed world of sport. This Christmas, they will show some love. In the English Premier League, whoever thought that at Christmas, that Arsenal wouldn't be on top of the table? Football for you. We'll let you see some highlights of some EPL games, and then we'll come back. Tara Salam will join us to talk some more sports. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Stay.
Only drawn twice this season in the Barclays Premier League, at West Bromwich Albion in the autumn, and more recently here against Everton. Now Rosicki slipped on for Ramsey, slipped in for Giroud. There was some of the ground who thought he'd scored.
Well, I mean, that's as good as a Lampard chance, but it's Arsenal's best chance by a long, long way. Very good football, great little ball that sets him up, he sets himself. Petr does enough just to put him off. He's flying out, but I think he could have gone to Petr left-hand side there. But difficult on.
Okay, that's it. Action coming from English Premier League. That game was the last game Arsenal played against Chelsea at the Emirates. It ended goalless. Arsene Wenger yet to defeat Jose Mourinho. It's good to have you on the show this morning.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, bro. Show some love.
Yeah, I can feel it in the air already.
So let's begin with if I get tired talking, remember this show we always say is designed for you. You can follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. We want to get you talking. Show some Christmas love. What are you talking about for the year 2014? We're talking about sports in this country. On Twitter, we're channels_sports. On Facebook, we're channels-sports. Talk to us. You think Nigeria will consolidate with what it achieved with football in 2014? We want to get you talking. So that's it. 2013 has been a fantastic year for sports in this country.
Yep.
The Nigerian Football Federation, they want to begin work early. They said that the technical committee should submit their plans for 2014. I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, that's the way to go. In your intro, you said something about consolidating. It's all about consolidation now. Awesome year for Nigerian football, especially the Under-17 and the Super Eagles qualifying for the World Cup. Under-17 winning the World Cup for 4th time. So it's all about consolidation this time around now. And it's good to see the presidents of the NFL has already started work already, and they won't start planning ahead of 2014.
And then the Super Eagles of Nigeria, it's no more news. Drawn in Group F, they will play Argentina, familiar foes, but they've never defeated Argentina. Bosnia Herzegovina, the debut at the World Cup, and Iran. Coach Stephen Keshi wants to do better than the class of 1994.
Absolutely, that has to be the target. And I understand why people are using the 94 class as a reference point, because that's the best thing we produced so far. Even though they got to the second round alone, and the first 98 said actually matched up with as well, but it was a disastrous outing and at the end. So I understand why he's using the USA 94 class as a reference point. It's a good one, but when you aim that high, you have to match it with your preparations as well too. And I want to believe Stephen Keshi, the NFF, they really have to approach this this World Cup in particular. Everything has to be a whole. The preparation has to be holistic. In my own point of view, they have to, in terms of their bonuses, in terms of the camping they will have, in terms of everything. It has to be a rounded preparation for Nigeria if we want to really surpass what we did in the USA 94.
There should be a blend in the team. They should play like champions of Africa, because that's what the 94 class had. When they come out to play, there is this fear to even approach them, and then with that already the winning mentality is there. Tayo, there is no preparations if this team does not play more grade A friendlies.
No, there's no excuse at all. I believe they will play. They started already with the game against Italy, good 2-2 draw for Nigeria, and expect before the World Cup would have played a couple more friendly games. And the NFF, we have to give them credit as well to 2013. They had a very good year in terms of preparing them, the various national teams for their competitions. The under-17 guys were in camp for a long time, and we saw the results at the UAE. And so I believe the NFF, what started in 2013, I believe they will continue in 2014, because I don't see any reason why they will want to relax on that now.
Remember, the Golden Eaglets, they went to the United Arab Emirates to defeat not just Mexico and some best footballing countries, defeated the world to win the trophy for a record 4th time. Stand up for Nigeria, talking about football. Now, Tayo, in 2014, on the 20 tournament, 23 tournament, I would even say Super Eagles, we should be seeing some of these guys from the Golden Eaglets.
Well, that's not for us to decide right now. That's a Keshi.
They should grow.
Yeah, they should grow. There's no doubt. It has to be a natural progression, though. There's no point forcing these guys. As they move on in their career, we'll see who's doing what at a particular point in time, and that will be left to Stephen Keshi to decide on what to bring into the team. As it is right now, I really don't see any reason to fast track any one of them into the national team.
So let's balance it. Let's talk about women's football. The Falconets, they've been drawn to play a final qualifying game with South Africa.
Yes.
Any problems?
Well, it's not going to be easy. Let's don't discount South Africa like that. So they had a fairly easy ride into this final round of qualification against Tunisia. They won that one 8-0 on aggregate. So against South Africa, it will be a lot tougher. We know South Africa in terms of football on the continent, they're very good as well to compare to.
But they are gifts to Nigeria.
We keep. I think we're starting to get them. It's not a delusion really that we against South Africa we always come out tops, but we can't afford to be complacent at all in this particular game. We'd have to go into it without any kind of overconfidence as well. So they have to respect their opponents, because believe me, here on the continent, a lot of these female teams are already developing as well. So they're not staying back. As you and I know, the dominance we used to have over female football in Africa is not really there again.
But also remember the Falconets, they went to Germany in 2010 and made it to the finals. They're just unfortunate not to win. That's a winning team right there. I'm looking for the tickets to qualify for the 20 Women's World Cup in Canada.
Yes, that's the next
year.
That's the next one right now. You talked about they got to the final before. That was a good one, but there's something that I like to be addressed. And when it comes to this Falconets, I really don't like the issue of repeating players. I believe there's too much talent in the country to be playing the same players at age grade level over and over again.
That's it. Big work for the Nigerian Football Federation. That's the president of the Nigerian Football Federation right there on your screen. Is determined to consolidate on what Nigeria has achieved in 2015, and they are saying that they want Progress.
Yeah, progress. That's the term. That's the key there. You can't afford to be in a standstill position, because if you do that, then other teams will pass you by. So thumbs up to them already. 2013 was an awesome year for them. I believe they will consolidate in terms, especially in terms of their finances, really, because that's been a major issue. Even though they've managed to achieve all these things despite having all these financial problems. So I believe in 2014 they're able to actually sort that out totally, especially going into the World Cup and going into a couple more major tournaments, because we don't want to go into this World Cup and start having issues with the players about bonuses, and it doesn't all go well for the country, for the image of the country at all.
That's it. I totally agree with Tayo. Nigerian Football Federation gets it right. 2014, a big year for this country to actually say that we're African champions, and not just African champions, that our football is developing. Pay Coach Stephen Keshi's salaries, take care of the players' welfare, and of course do a lot for developmental programs. Let's get back to the schools. Let's develop talents, not just develop them, actually see them grow to become future champions. Let's go on a quick break now. We'll come back. We'll talk about the English Premier League. Not just the English Premier League, we'll go around Europe to see how teams are doing before the year ends. Don't go anywhere, right back. Stay.